Okay, we're back in Legend Heroes Trails from Zero. Where we last left off, we needed to get a drink for the mayor, but I don't see the stand anywhere. Did I miss this somehow? Like, I'm wondering if this was time sensitive and I need to do it before talking to the bracers. Monster in need of extermination appeared at Geofront Sector A2 today. Haven't been able to send info on it yet as our terminal's under maintenance. But the monster is fairly dangerous, so please be sure to exercise caution. That's strange. Wasn't the juice stall around here before? Could have sworn it was by the fountain. Yes, I believe that is the case. It seemed like it's been moved to a better location. Does that mean we can't bring Gramps a drink? No, I don't think they would have moved it outside the city. Let's go ourselves look around the city for it. I'm sure we'll find it sooner or later. Okay. So, if you're wondering where it is, actually... If you saw the end of the previous video, this wasn't here a moment ago. Welcome. Come for a refreshing drink? Look, it's the juice lady. You usually set up around the fountain in the administrative district, right? Well, yes, but I like to switch things up every now and then. Nothing beats a little change of scenery with the exception of paying customers, of course. What would you like? I apologize, but the order's not for us. Explain that they drop by to pick up the mayor's usual order. I see, you're here on behalf of the mayor. In that case, give me a minute to whip up his favorite. Here you go. A Acerbic tomato shake. So he likes bitter crap. What is this? Just the sight of it's enough to make my mouth shrivel up. This particular shape is great for relieving fatigue, but it was way too bitter for most people, so we took it off the menu. It's a secret menu item now. You know I made extra. Would you like to give it a taste? Well... Adios, protect me. Just a sip, though. Do I really have to? Nervously, Lloyd and Tio put the samples of the Acerbic tomato shake to their lips and took a little sip. A liquid, bitter as death, slowly crawled down their throats. Everyone's CP is restored. Wow, I've never felt this refreshed before, but that taste, though. How is this level of bitterness possible? I know, right? I want to try it, too. No, Kia, you have so much to live for. Kia grabbed what was left of the Acerbic tomato shake and put the straw in her mouth. Wait, stop! Kia, no! So good. Did she just finish it off? You are much tougher than me, Kia. Why? It's a little bitter, but still really good. As long as you like it, there's nothing to worry about. Wow, what an interesting little girl. Anyway, thanks for everything. I'm sure the mayor will be happy too. We'll pay you for our samples. How much do we owe you? Don't worry, it's on the house today. The mayor's a regular here, and I'm so thankful for his continued patronage after all. Give him the shake as a token of my gratitude, okay? You're sure? Alright then, thank you. We'll make sure to tell him. Yep, that friends is called a bribe. Usually it's frowned upon. So I believe... Oh, in case you were wondering, they're at full CP now. They were serious when they meant fully restored. I think this is A2. What was the back door? So that's the front. I am lost. So I don't have anyone with an Intimidate quartz on. Huh. Is this actually the way out? Yeah, if I can remember how to navigate this better, we could have got through here a lot faster and safer. I think it was the other way. Maybe not. So I had to retry this one. I already have the thing scanned. And the reason for that is he will not leave Kia alone. I'd like to say I'm exaggerating, but no. He literally ignores everything going on around him and focuses solely on her. So if you want to read Giant Golden Insect, Cacophony, yada yada, I really don't give a damn. So Lloyd is primarily here to be a punching bag. And you can see this guy can be fairly simple to deal with, if not for the fact that he just sometimes chooses to ignore literally everything other than Kia. And that's how easy the thing can be. Okay, so I'm just cutting out my walk away. Manage to bring the favorite drink, you'll be thrilled, give it to him yourselves. Excuse us. For crying out loud, what a stubborn old man. How dare you refuse to propose our glorious speaker went to great lengths to write up? No matter, we've succeeded in proving our point. We'll prepare the usual to deal with Campbell and his men. Our real problem right now is Ravash, those incompetent fools. My thoughts exactly, sir. I think a friendly reminder of how your efforts alone brought them fame and success is in order. Indeed, I think I'll refrain from meeting Marconi for a while, see how he likes dealing with things on his own. More importantly, we need to hold a meeting later tonight. Inform all members of the Imperial faction. I'll have every single one of them in attendance. Right away, sir. We'll issue an emergency meeting. Finally out of the mayor's hair. This will be a good opportunity to present the mayor with his beverage. Pardon us, sir. We've been barging into your office more often these days. It's good to see you again. My apologies for earlier. No need to apologize, sir. We understand you have a lot to deal with. It seems as though they were trying to force some troubling proposals on you. I'm fine, thank you. Finding off that degree of persistence from them has almost become part of my daily routine by now. By the way, is something the matter? Have you come back to retrieve something you've forgotten? No, sir, actually. Hey, Kia, go ahead and give it to him. Okay. Cream pie to the face. Just kidding. Kia handed the specially made acerbic tomato shake over to Mayor McDowell. Oh, well, if it isn't my favorite drink. Did you go out of your way to purchase this for me? Yep, we got it just for you. You look like you've been working really hard, Gramps. Oh my. Yeah, the receptionist suggested we order this for you. The clerk that runs the juice stall is nice enough to give it to us for free, too. Is that so? So this is a special gift from all of you to this old man, Thank you, Lloyd and Tio. I can't forget dear little Kia, too. I feel completely rejuvenated now, thanks to you. I'll be able to work hard through the afternoon. Please don't overexert yourself, sir. That reminds me, I have something to give you in return for this pleasant treat. Mayor McDowell retrieved a small package from beneath the shelf. Take this medicinal herb I received from a friend in the Republic. I've heard it's quite valuable. It's just a small token of my appreciation. Received Zerum powder. There's no way we could possibly ever accept this. Nonsense, I have no use for it. It makes perfect sense for you to take it. You're constantly putting yourselves in the face of danger. Please, I insist. Alright, thank you, sir. We will accept it then, thank you. Thank you, Gramps. Treat for the mayor complete. Actually, we'll talk to him real quick. I'll be able to work through the afternoon at full capacity, all thanks to the shake he brought me. What an absolutely marvelous drink. He sure wasn't kidding about loving it. I'm unable to even conceive of someone drinking so much of that beverage at once. He has my respect for such an iron will. What do you mean? That stuff's tasty. So, let's swing by the police station and see if we can report the extermination too, since the terminal's down, you know? Guess that's gonna have to do for now. So, there's gonna be more stuff for us to do in a little bit, but we need to go to the church. I pushed the wrong button there.
クロスペル大聖堂だよ。当然キーヤもどこかの教会に礼拝には行ってるはずだけど。
普通の町にある礼拝堂はここまで大きくはないですし、キーヤの記憶を取り戻すきっかけにはならなさそうですね。
みたいだな。まあいいや。まずはマーブル先生に相談してみよう。教会にいる専門家を紹介してくれるかもしれない。
マーブル先生というと、前にロイドさんたちが話していた日曜学校のシスターの方ですね。では、日曜学校の教室に行きましょう。
Yeah, we're not gonna go straight there. Good day to you all. Welcome to the Crossbow Cathedral. Hi there, my name's Kia. Brim with energy, I see. Sorry, but Sister Marmalin today, we were wanting to ask her something about the squirrel if possible. I see, so that's what brought you here. Sister Marble's currently preparing for her lesson in the Sunday school classroom. Of course, thanks for the help. Sounds like she's quite devoted to her work. Alright, want to head inside and find her? Let's go. What's up next, Tamil? What's up next, Hamel Tag? Well, I kinda just want to play at home. You two have the same face, that's so cool. Huh? She's cute. How come you two have the same face? Because we're twins? That's right, pretty crazy, huh? They say we're identical twins. Identical? Kids really are able to become friends in a heartbeat. Her knack for warming people up so quickly is undeniably one of Kia's talents. Oh my, aren't you just a cutie pie? What's your name? Kia. Why are you wearing those funny clothes? Funny, this is the normal attire for us sisters, though. Sister, like siblings? Guess she doesn't know anything much about the Septian Church. Just call them penguins. Wait, he's out here. It's not a face I recognize. Who's the little girl? What are you doing in a place like this, mister? It's my job to watch over this place to make sure no one disturbs the souls that rest here. Fortunately, nonsense like grave robbing is a rare occurrence in this day and age. Pardon me, you're probably a bit too young to understand. Hey, Granny, are you asleep? Kia, it's okay, dears. You see, my husband rests beneath the soil, so I came to offer him my prayers. Prayers? Yes, it feels as if I can chat with my husband again when I visit his grave. And no one's over there. So here's the final quest, the Intermission. I don't know if you can actually turn her down or not. Go see Marble when you're ready. Need to have things prepared so Archbishop Geraldo can take care of his duties without any issues. I amassed quite a profit during this year's festival. Figure this record turnout of tourists this year played a large part in that. Really can't thank Adios enough for answering my fervent prayers. The week after the anniversary festival has been as peaceful as could be. However, some citizens still feel anxious and come here to find relief through prayer. Did something happen? Welcome to Crossbow Cathedral, you three. A beard, hey, can I touch it a little bit? It looks so fluffy. Kia, our sincerest apologies. As you can see, she is still quite young. You needn't be sorry. Few things in life can best see in children so full of life. Adios, please bless this child. Is something bothering you? Feel free to consult the Archbishop or Sister Marble at your leisure. Both have been active in the Septine Church for a long time, so I'm sure they can offer some helpful advice. Yeah, we got everyone here. And here we go.
あら、ロイドではありませんか。
こんにちは、マーブル先生。お忙しいところすみません。
いいのですよ。ちょうど休み時間でしたし。あなた方は礼拝に？それともお墓参りですか？
いえ、それが。
ねえねえロイド、この人がシスターさん？
あら、その子は？
実はこの子に関することで相談したいことがありまして。
そうですか。そんなことが。おお、エイドスよ。迷える子羊に光と幸いあれ。そしてこの者たちを出会わせた導きに感謝いたします。
マーブル先生。
確かに出会えたのは何かの導きかもしれません。
とりあえずこの子の記憶喪失についての相談をしに来たのですね。何でも名前以外のことは全く覚えていないとか。
ええ、そうなんです。
頑張って思い出そうとしてるんだけど全然ダメみたい。
そう、いい子ですね。確かに教会には心と精神の領域に関する知識と技術が伝わっています。そして記憶喪失に関する対症療法も。
それじゃあ
この子の記憶を取り戻せますか？
確実ではありませんが試してみる価値はあるでしょう。時間もないことですしすぐに試してしまいましょうか。
もしかして先生がやってくれるんですか？
ええ、私も一応いくつかの技を収めています。心と精神に関する教会に伝わる法術を。
法術？
オーブメントに頼らない祈りによって紡がれるアーツ。
ええ、本来ならばそれに特化した専門組織があるのですが、あいにくクロスベルにはその専門家が来ることが少ないのです。
専門家ですか？
大きな声では言えませんが、教会の中にもいろいろとあるのです。その組織は風星省と呼ばれる機関に所属しているのですが、この大聖堂を任されているエラルダ大司教はそのためそうした専門家がクロスベルに来る機会が少なくて。
なんだかいろいろと難しい事情があるんですね。
要するに教会内部の縄張り争いですか？
ええ、恥ずかしながら。ただ私が使える法術も彼らの使うものと変わりはありません。 試してみる価値はあると思います。
わかりました。よろしくお願いします。どこかに移動した方がいいんでしょうか？
いえ、この場で問題ありません。キーヤさんと言いましたね。こちらに来ていただけますか？目を閉じてゆっくりと深呼吸をしてみてください。いいですよ。それではエイドスの名において性別されし必要ここにあり。
これが砲術ですか？
空の金葉、式の銀葉、その融合をもって失われしかけらのありかをかの者に指し示したまえ。
キーヤ、
大丈夫、心配いりません。どうですかキーヤさん、何か思い出してきませんか？
なんかね、暗くてでっかい場所が上の方がぼんやり光ってて綺麗だけどちょっと怖い感じ。
暗くてでっかい場所？
どこのことでしょうか？
その光景以外に思い出したことは？ご家族のこととか住んでいた家のこととか。
そっちは全然。
そうですか。
マーブル先生。
どうやら砲術ではここまでが限界のようです。心理的なアプローチから引き出せる記憶はここまで。ひょっとしたら何か神経系に関する問題があるのかもしれません。
神経系の問題？
それはどういう？
端的に言うと脳の神経に関する問題です。何らかの原因で記憶に関する神経の伝達が阻害されてしまっている、その可能性がありますね。
そんな、それってなんとかならないんですか？
そうですね。教会に伝わっている砲術は心と精神に関する領域。ひょっとしたらこの問題は近代医療の方が向いているのかもしれません。
近代医療というと？
ええ、聖ウルスラ医科大学です。これまで近代医療では心と精神に関する分野の研究は不十分とされていましたが、数年前あそこでは神経科という部門が立ち上げられ、優秀な研究者もいると聞いています。そちらに相談したら教会とは違ったアプローチが期待できるかもしれません。
神経科ですか？あれ、どこかで聞いたような。
ロイドさん、相談に行ってみた方がいいのではないでしょうか？
ああ、そうだな。先生、ありがとうございます。早速ウルスラ病院に行ってみようかと思います。
ええ、それがいいでしょう。すみません、あまり力になれませんでしたね。
そんなことないですよ。神経科の話も教えてもらったし、それにキーヤが思い出した光景も何か手がかりになると思います。
暗くてでっかい場所。なんか上の方がぼんやり光ってたかな。って音がして綺麗だけどちょっと怖かった。
確かに普通の場所ではなさそうですね。あなた方にエイドスの祝福を。キーヤさんに良き導きがあることを私も祈っております。
Okay. I don't think my thaumaturgy can do much more for Kia's memories than this. The neurology department's in Universal Hospital may be able to provide further details. I recommend consulting them next. So I think we actually have to go into Crossbell to get the trigger for this to occur. Or maybe this will do it.
さてと、次はウルスラ病院か。かなりの寄り道になるけど。なあキーヤ、疲れてないか？
全然平気。散歩って楽しいね。キーヤ、歩くの大好き。
元気だな。
それでは南口に行くとしましょう。バスに乗ればそれほど時間は取られないかと。ああ、レッツゴー。
Okay, so we actually have to go into Crossbell. That's gonna be your mandatory quiz for the game, just so you know what to expect. Someone's coming. It's you guys. What's up? How are you doing? Hello there. Are you children planning on going out on the highway by yourselves? Sunday school at the Crosswell Cathedral is about to begin. It's not too far away. You'll probably be fine on your own then. That being said, you almost live close to each other if you have Sunday school at the same time, right? I've gotten so caught up in playing with Ryu and Zeit that I accidentally ended up skipping school. It's not like it's your fault. How could we refuse an invitation to play with a freaking giant wolf? Zeit's the cutest. Wait a second now, I don't think I've ever seen you before. What's your name, girl? I'm not girl, I'm Kia. Kia, huh? My name's Henri. The energetic guy right here is named Ryu, and the shy girl over there is Momo. It's nice to meet you, Kia. Nice to meet you too. Yo, we don't exactly have the time for this right now, do we? If we don't get going, Sister Marble's going to destroy us. You're right, sorry Lloyd. You see, we gotta... I understand, don't worry, don't be late now, okay? One dream of it. See you later. Goodbye. That's right, Sister Marble's still teaching Sunday school. Wait, did the residential district and the West Street always have class at the same time? Ellie and I would have known each other for a while now if that were the case. I'm no expert, but it's entirely possible that the school structure may have changed from when you were attending. That is the protocol when a city's population experiences a boom. Makes sense. Lloyd, are we still going to go to the bus stop? You're right, I almost forgot. Let's be off then. So right now we just need to make sure they're not playing hooky. And there they are. Nana got mad at me for not listening to the teacher, so now whenever I start getting sleepy in class, I pinch my cheek to keep myself awake. Like this. Ow. Whenever we have lessons, Ken keeps pinching his cheeks all the time. Look how red they are. His face is starting to look like a big red balloon. Come on, Tamil, you've already played a whole bunch today. Sister Marble told us we should always practice moderation, remember? Totally forgot that we had Sunday school today. Just want to play outside. Being able to stay with Ryu and Henri makes me super happy. Wonder what today's lesson will be about. You're Kia, right? From earlier. Are you going to join our class too? I don't know. Studying is such a drag. Well, at least Sister Marble's lessons are somewhat interesting. Sister, I'm taking over this class. Hello again. Hello again to you too, Kia. Did you forget something, Lloyd? No, actually. We happened to pass by the kids earlier, and I think that made us a little curious. Is that so? Well, your timing couldn't be better. We're just about to begin Sunday school class right now. You know, maybe the gods planned for this to happen. Truth be told, I've been contemplating teaching the children about the CPD for quite a while now. That is surprising, to say the least. Indeed. I was thinking who better to teach about the CPD than the CPD itself. Would you care to be a guest lecturer? Guest lecturer? Me? Please, if you don't mind. Who better to inform the children about how the police operate than a police officer? I'm certain you'll be able to make it easy. I can't keep a straight face for this. I'm certain you'll be able to make it easy for the children to understand too. He uses small words just like they do. How about it? Would you like to join our lesson as a guest lecturer? Let's do it. You know what? I'd love to. Really? Thank you, Lloyd. I have no doubt the class will appreciate it. Are you sure you can handle this? She's actually talking to me about keeping it together here, not heckling. Do not underestimate the difficulty that comes with teaching. Don't worry, I know. It's not like I agree to do this without some semblance of plan. It's rare to get an opportunity to tell people about how the police and justice system really work. Who knows, there could be a future CPD recruit in this very room just like me and Ellie once were. That is a valid point. We might have to put our trip to St. Ursula on hold for now. Are you okay with that, Kia? Uh-huh. I don't really get it, but if you want to do the lesson thingy, Lloyd, I'll be here to cheer you on. Thanks a lot, Kia. For an agreement, would you mind stepping outside for a moment? I'll give you a brief outline on how to proceed with the lecture, alright? Of course, Sister Marble. Sunday school guest lecture started. Okay, let's see if I got everything. First, I'll give a broad, easy to understand explanation of what the CPD does, and then I'll move on to the Q&A. That's at least the general plan, right? That should be perfect. I do have one suggestion, though. You do? What's that? Well, it's entirely up to you, but how about you have Kia attend the lesson as well? Kia? I imagine she would enjoy that very much. I can go to Lloyd's class, too? Of course. After all, it's right about at your age when children get to start going to Sunday school, Kia. Really? In that case, I'm definitely going to go to Lloyd's class. I want to learn everything about you, Lloyd, and everything else at the Triple S, too. Aw, Kia. Backed yourself into a corner, Lloyd. You're right about that. Kia, make sure you try to get along with the other kids, okay? Okay. I plan to observe the lesson from the back of the classroom. I'm rooting for you, but try not to mess it all up, alright? Talk about unfair. Hey, all I can do is try my best. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to teach these kids about the police. I don't plan to run away. Yeah, because police don't run, they waddle. That's the spirit. Now then, shall we begin? I'll try to keep it together, folks. It's going to be really, really hard for me, probably the hardest part of this entire game, but I'm going to try. Listen up, class. Before we begin today's lesson, there's a new friend I would like to introduce to you. Kia, if you'd come forward. Hello, I'm Kia. Nice to meet you, everyone. Nice to meet you. There's the energetic greeting I was expecting. Kia, you may sit at any of the empty seats. I want that one. No, Kia, not the one with the dunce hat on it. Hello, what's your name? I'm Momo. It's nice to meet you. I imagine this must be what it feels like to be a parent visiting their child's school. I'm here to support you, Kia. For today's lesson, we have a very special guest with us. Go right ahead. Okay, then. Oh, I was trying not to get my hopes up, but heck yeah. Can't believe it. Hello, everyone. I definitely see some familiar faces, but for those who don't know me, my name is Lloyd Bannings. I work as a police officer on active duty at the Crossville Police Department Special Support Section. The police? Ryu, you know them? Special Support Section? Wait a minute, you were in the Crossville Times that one time. I remember now. I skipped the article but saw that teeny tiny photo of you guys. Alright everyone, quiet down. I've been meaning to teach you all about Crossville's police, so I asked Lloyd here to lead the lesson today. Make sure to pay extra close attention to him, okay? Okay. Floor is yours, Mr. Bannings. Right, just leave it to me, Sister Marble. Crap, I can already feel the butterflies in my stomach. Surprised there's even any butterflies there with all those donuts, you know? You got this, Lloyd. Did you bring her along as a cheerleader? Cut it out, Ryu. Can't you see he's doing his best? Kia, class starts. I'm gonna need you to refrain from outbursts, okay? I cheered for you and everything. You know, I think I actually start to feel a little more relaxed now. Thanks, Kia. Class, ready to start? General police information. Choose the correct answers and lead the lesson toward a shining success. To start things off, I want to teach you all about what the police force as a whole actually is. In Crossville State, there's a certain something that we aren't allowed to establish, despite other countries doing so. To compensate for this certain something, we formed the Crossville Guardian Force and the Crossville Police Department where I work. Even though we aren't allowed to have one, this certain something is extremely important in any nation. This something being, if you remember, is the military. For example, the Airboning Empire, which lies to our west, uses their military to prevent crime and protect their citizens, but in Crossville we don't have an active military, so those roles are divided between several different organizations. Among those is the CPD. It's our duty to carry out investigations of crimes, and if we're lucky, prevent them from happening in the first place. Sounds like a pretty good summary to me. I think there's 10 questions. CPD is split into multiple groups where we like to call divisions, and officers and police duties are divided among them. Different divisions are dispatched depending on the nature and severity of a case, so that we can respond with the appropriate countermeasures. Among these departments, the division that often deals with major crimes or international incidents is those stupid First Division guys. For kidnappings, murders, and other large-scale cases, the CPD has to put only the best of the best detectives on the job. All the force's elite detectives are gathered in what's known as the First Division, and we can't lose to them no matter how impressive they are, even though they get their own cars, and they don't have to ride the bus. Every detective in the CPD is given an extremely important book called a detective notebook. In addition to doubling as our identification, it also has an even more important use for detectives. That would be... So, we can't upload off this one, that's not an arrest warrant, so the only thing I can think of would be just recording crap. Recording our progress on a case. Basically, it's a special notepad just for us detectives. Helps us organize the current state of our cases, lets us jot down our thoughts, and even keep track of our business expenses. I'd be lost without mine, that's for sure. Nailed it. Similar to the Bracer Guild, the police force is equipped with the latest generation ordnance to use in combat scenarios. To Police may not be combat specialists, but there are times when a fight can't be avoided, especially when we're tracking down criminals. Speaking of combat, battle ornaments have already gone through multiple versions since they were first invented, each generation adding brand new features. Battle ornaments we currently use are, this one's going to be a bit of a tough one for I imagine most people, but it's the 5th. 6th gen and on is when you start using the Master Chord system. 5th generation ornaments, otherwise known as the Enigma combat ornaments. The special part of this generation is its portable comms feature. Since it lets us contact fellow officers in emergencies, it's perfect for police work. Sound right to me. There are quite a lot of different positions at the CPD, ranging from your standard police officer to detectives like me. That said, we all work for Crossbell's sake. At first glance, you might not think those two roles are related, but you'd be surprised. All police work is rooted in one basic principle, and that's... Is it to serve and protect? No, that can't be it. Is it guarding against foreign nations preserving peace? No. It's enforcing the law. Maintain public order and compliance with state law. Of course, a large part of our work involves cracking down on criminals to ensure the general public don't have to worry about crime. Another important job of the police is to prevent crime before it happens by upholding the law and setting an example for the citizens. By doing so, we maintain the city's peace in the hopes of someday living in a world without crime. That, I'd say, is the CPD's mission statement. That came together nicely. Even though it sounds like a load of crap to me. And that's all for me. I hope at the very least you got a better understanding of how the police operate in Crossbell State. It might have been hard to follow at times, but did you manage to understand most of it? That should mark the halfway point. He hit all the main points accurately and concisely, and made sure to project his voice throughout the classroom. Well done, Lloyd. He may very well have been a successful academy professor had he chosen that career path instead. Well then, class, does anyone have questions for Mr. Bannings? He's very nice. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to answer any you might have. Any questions? A bit much, isn't it? Let's see how this goes. So, here comes the Q&A. Choose the correct answers to get through potentially dangerous questions. Does anyone have any questions? Me, pick me! Alright, what would you like to know? How did you become a police officer in the first place, Mr. Bannings? Not that I'd ever become one, though. Hey, Tamil, don't you think that's kind of rude? I'll just pretend I didn't hear that. Yeah, the kid actually wants to finish high school. You're basically asking if there's any special requirements to become one, right? Well, to become a police officer, you have to graduate from the police academy. We've passed the place a few times here and there, but you're not allowed inside there because they don't want us coming back. Who knew? You have to graduate from the police academy. By attending the academy, you'll learn everything you need to know about being on the force. However, as I previously mentioned, there are many different positions within the CPD. For example, if you want to pursue a career in detective work, there's a separate exam you have to pass in addition to the base curriculum. There are some people like my teammates who are able to join the force without attending the academy, but that's not the norm. That sums it up. Gotcha. Still not going to join the police, but thanks for the answer, Mr. Bannings. Do you mind if I ask a question too? Sure, Henri, what is it? We don't hear many details about big incidents that happen in Crossbell, so just want to know how the Triple S was able to solve the wolf attacks case. Been wondering about it for a while. Where the Mafia was misusing their warhounds throughout the state? If I remember correctly, the turning point in that particular case was when the White Wolves showed up. It wasn't the other two. White Wolves' assistants. Just when we were about to be done in by the Mafia's warhounds, a pack of White Wolves came to our rescue. After that, Zeit, their leader, decided to come stay with us in the Triple S building. The sight of those wolves coming to our aid was one I doubt I'll ever forget. That's incredible. Zeit really is one of a kind, isn't he? Thank you, Mr. Bannings. Excuse me, Mr. Bannings, I have a question. Sure thing, what would you like to ask me? Do you remember when Ryu and Henri got lost underground? It was a long time, I think. Where exactly was that place? Oh, well, don't remind everyone about that. You're gonna make us look bad. But you guys never tell me anything. That incident in the Geofront? We found Ryu and Henri, and if you remember, there's no C section. That, I don't know if that's where this optional dungeon is, but it's not that one. You gain access to B when you're hunting Yono, so therefore, by default, it has to be A. Geofront A sector. Found ourselves in trouble when monsters surrounded Ryu, but we were able to make it out safely with Arios' help. I feel like I covered that correctly. It's incredible. Thank you for the story, Mr. Bannings. You're welcome. Any other questions? Pick me. I just came up with a good one. Go ahead, Ryu. I heard something about this a while ago, but is there some kind of big difference between the police and the Bracer Guild? Both of you guys beat up the bad guys, right? There's a tougher one. Well, yes, I'm sure everyone is curious about this question, too. If I were to pick one specific difference between the police and the Bracer Guild, it would be the power to interfere in the government. It's somewhat difficult to explain, but Bracers follow what they call the Guild Code, and it's precisely because of that code that the Bracer Guild is given room to operate in most submarine countries. The Guild Code prevents Bracers from arresting individuals of military or political standing. Granted, if they suddenly start attacking innocent bystanders or something, they're able to make arrests then. And that's where they're different from us. We have the authority to place politicians and other officials under arrest, but... You sure about that? Dad's always told me the police are pathetic because they never arrest any corrupt government people. Yeah, I kinda agree with your old man there, kid. Ryu, I told you, right? You can't just say that out loud. He has a point. Up till now, our efforts haven't been enough, I'll admit it. And change may not be possible this very second, but you can count on us to keep working towards being able to. Hey, you got my support. Here, I'll talk, Ryu. Well then, any more questions? We should have time for another. Lloyd, I have a question. Kia. And here I thought she was being surprisingly quiet. So can I ask my question? Sure, go ahead. I want to know, why did you become a police officer? What the? I asked myself the same thing the first night I was assigned to the special support section, didn't I? You know, I think I have an answer now. Lloyd, is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. I don't think this necessarily has a right answer. I just need to speak from the heart and tell them how I've grown by being a part of the special support section. The reason I became a police officer was... so tempting. I want to ruin the gravity of the situation. To be honest, I'm not sure if I have the right words for this, but if I were to pick something, it'd probably be that I want to protect everyone. That includes friends and family, of course, but more specifically, people of Crossbell, I guess? Maybe there's more to it than that. Sorry, Kia, I know that wasn't a very good answer. No problem, I liked it because it told me something about you, Lloyd. You're really determined, aren't you? Yeah, you aren't wrong there. And with that, I think we'll wrap up our Q&A session of the lesson. Mr. Bannings, yours... Shouldn't it be Detective Bannings? Just saying. Your assistance today was extremely helpful. Everyone, make sure to tell him thanks, okay? Thank you, Mr. Bannings. My pleasure. I'll see you all later. Thank you for your help today, Lloyd. All the children seem to have a ball listening to your lesson. I sure hope so. There's no need to be so humble. It's an amazing, well-thought-out lesson. I even learned quite a bit myself. Remembering how small I used to be and seeing you teach like that showed me how far you've come. That, above all else, is my favorite part of the lesson. I thought you were awesome, Lloyd. Best teacher ever. I didn't really understand anything you said, but it was still awesome. That lesson probably went over a lot of kids' heads, didn't it? Congratulations, Lloyd. Your lesson was able to end with minimal damage. Seems as though the children have a brighter outlook on the police, too. Yeah, they have their adolescence to bring that back into line. I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to share with the class. Once again, thank you. Now there's still time left for my lesson, so I'm afraid I'll have to excuse myself. Key, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to come to the Sunday school class whenever you can. I'm sure the other children will be overjoyed to have a new friend. Okie dokie, I'm kind of busy right now, but I promise I'll come again. Looks like Kia's really taken a shine to Sunday school. Can't wait. Lloyd, I'd love you to take this, a token of my gratitude. Holy locket. Are you sure this is okay? Consider thanks for giving such a great lesson while already being tied up. Please accept it. Until next time. Alright, time to get back on track. We should make our way to St. Ursula. Seems to be a best course of action. We can wait for a bus by the south exit. Away we go! So yeah, one thing that does confuse me about these games, it's gonna sound a little petty, but... why is it called Sunday School here if it's held on every day of the week, it seems? And that is a thing in Cold Seal, where... Barkhorn travels the plains to teach the various nomads. So even he does it on different days than just Sunday. My cold's gotten worse. Working too many late nights is probably taking its toll on me. I'm here to look after my father-in-law for the day. If only he'd listen to me when he started feeling sick. Come on, honey, cheer up. It's not like those monsters intentionally showed up to ruin our trip, right? It's about time you stop pouting and protesting next year's trip. Not saying Michelin was going to be an amazing experience, but it ended up being traumatizing. I mean, really? Warhounds and Michelin? This guy over here slipped through the whole thing like a rock. My man.
次の発車時刻はおっともう来るみたいだ
タイミングが良かったです。来るって何が？
ああキーヤが乗りたがってたものだよ。
早速来たみたいです。大きな車だ。
キーヤこれがバスって言うんだよ。
わあ、いっぱい
街にこれに乗って俺たちも病院ってところに行くわけさ。
キーヤ、これに乗るの？ロイドたちも一緒に？
ああ、もちろん。
ねえねえ、早く乗ろうよ。足元に気をつけてください。ねえねえロイド、すっごく綺麗だね。
声が大きいって。
すみません、うるさくしてしまって。
いいのよ、子供は元気なのが一番だわ。
はあ、どなたかのお見舞いにでも行くのかね。
いえ、ちょっと病院の先生に相談することがありまして。
ねえねえ、あっちにちっちゃい島が見えるよ。変な形してて面白いね。
やれやれ。
ねえ、大好評みたいですね。すっごく楽しかった。歩くのも楽しいけど、バスもすっごく楽しいね。
そっか。どうやら車に乗るのは初めてみたいだけど、もしかして鉄道や飛行船にも乗ったことがないのか。
それで、ここが病院ってところ？
ああ、医科大学っていう研究なんかもしている病院だよ。キーヤが忘れちゃったことを思い出させてくれるかもしれない。
別にキーヤ思い出さなくってもいいけど、ロイドとティオはキーヤが思い出した方が嬉しいの？
ああ、そりゃもちろんさ。
大切にしている思い出だってあるはずです。だから頑張って思い出してみてください。分かった。キーヤ、頑張って思い出してみるね。
ああ、その意気だ。ただまあ無理はしなくていいからな。
それでは受付で神経科について問い合わせてみましょう。
Okay, so now we can finally do our patrol of St. Ursula. Hello there, welcome to St. Ursula Medical College. Good morning. Full of energy, are we? Sure you're aware you can find the reception desk in the hospital lobby. I don't know if they're going to force us to go that way or not. That answered that.
な、セシルネ。
お久しぶりです。
二人とも元気そうね。記念祭はお疲れ様。いろいろ忙しかったんでしょ？
まあね、正直とんでもなく密度の濃い5日間だったよ。
またその後の1週間がいろいろとあったんですが。
あら、その割には二人とも疲れてはいなさそうだけど。あら、その子は。
ねえねえロイド、このお姉ちゃんもロイドたちの知り合い？
ああ、そうだよ。セシルネって言って俺の姉さんみたいな人なんだけど。
そんな。まさかロイドが私に内緒でするなんて。
え？
まさかロイドが私に内緒で結婚しちゃったなんて。
はあ？
隠さなくてもいいわ。ねえあなた、お名前はなんていうの？
キーヤだよ。
キーヤちゃん。かわいい名前ね。ロイドには似てないけど。
お
母さんになのかしら。でもティオちゃんに似ているわけでもないし。
セシルさん。
だあ、落ち着いてくれよ。俺がキーヤの父親っていくらなんでも年齢に無理がありすぎるだろ。
あら、よく考えたらそれもそうかもしれないわね。
いや、考えるまでもないと思うんだけど。
セシルさん、ここまで天然だったとは。
私ったらちょっと慌てんぼうね。18歳のロイドが9歳くらいのキーヤちゃんのパパであるはずないのにね。
はあ、当たり前だろ。そもそもなんで親子なんて突拍子もない考えになるのさ。
だってなんだかすごく家族って感じがしたから、直感的にキーヤちゃんのパパがロイドって思
え、
キーヤのパパってロイドだったの？キーヤ知らなかった。
いやいや、違うから。
ねえティオちゃん、そうやって2人が並んでるとそんな風に見えないかしら。
言われてみれば確かに。顔の造形は似ていませんが、親子という感じがします。
そうなのか。
ロイドがパパか。ロイドじゃなくてパパって呼んだ方がいい？
今まで通りでいいから。
そっか。でもセシルっていい人だね。キーヤ、セシル大好き。
私もキーヤちゃんが大好きよ。気が合うわね、私たち。
あっという間に仲良くなりましたね。
はあ、それはいいけど、なんかどっと疲れたよ。
それでキーヤちゃんの記憶だったわね。
ああ、大体の事情は話した通りさ。この病院にある神経科にキーヤを見てほしいんだけど、どの先生に頼めばいいのかな。
あなたたちも面識があったんじゃないかしら。ヨアヒム・ギュンター先生よ。
あの人が神経科の？
そうだったんですか。
普段は釣り好きでのんきそうな人に見えるけど、ああ見えて外国の医療機関ですごい研究成果を上げた人らしいの。この病院では薬学、神経科の2部門を取り仕切っているわ。
そうなんだ。それじゃあキーヤのことはあの先生に相談すれば。
ええ、きっと力になってくださるはずよ。早速受付に行って問い合わせてもらいましょう。
わかりました。それでは研究室へお通しします。ヨアヒム先生ならちょうど時間が空いているそうです。研究棟にある研究室まで直接お越しくださいとのことでした。
そうですか。よかった。
それじゃあ私はこの辺りで失礼するわね。
ありがとう。帰るときにまた声をかけるよ。
わかったわ、キーヤちゃん。また後でね。
相変わらず忙しそうです。
この病院でセシルさんほどの働き者はちょっといませんから。サボりがちな先生方にも見習ってほしいくらいです。
あんまり無理をしてほしくはないんだけど。
そういえばヨアヒム先生の研究室はご存知でしたか？研究棟の4階ですけど、よかったら案内しましょうか。
いや、多分大丈夫だと思います。よし、それじゃ その先生に会いに行こうか。
行こ
Now we can actually talk to everyone. Dr. Gunter's lab's on the 4th floor of the hospital's research ward. To head to the roof of the hospital, you should spot the research ward, no problem. Soon as those doctors are swamped from one minute to the next, making their rounds, instructing residents, conducting research, they do it all. But I doubt you want to think that when looking at Dr. Gunter. Should have come here sooner after all. Work just keeps me so busy. Time seems to slow to an absolute snail's crawl when you're waiting in a lobby. Feels even longer when you're only there to accompany someone. It's always go 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 here at the hospital. Any time off, and when you are nice and asleep, there's an emergency to drag you right back up. Honestly, now that I think about it, this career is really something you should only do if you really love it. I've never considered myself all that resilient before, but if I keep with St. Ursula, I'd say I'm pretty tough. Looking for Dr. Gunter? Doctors and associate professor labs are on the research ward's 4th floor. Make sure not to waltz into one of the other doctor's labs by accident, alright? Now relax and wait your turn, dear. Is it my turn yet? Go on, why are you here? Looking for the neurology and pharmacology departments, actually. I see. Neurology and pharmacology fall under the umbrella of internal medicine, but they're still highly experimental fields. If you need to know something about them, I'd recommend you talk to Joachim. Out of all the professors that grade my exams, Dr. Lago is the one who grades the hardest. When I asked him some questions about what I got wrong, he just flat out told me, figure it out for yourself. Can you believe that? Well, that's how you want to play. I'll observe the heck out of you, Doc. Just you wait. Yeah, that always strikes me as a load of crap. It's one thing to look it up, but after a certain point, you may need to just break something down to someone. Valuable data gathered from our research project is stored in the research ward, which you can find on the roof. However, we like to limit outsiders from entering the facility as much as possible, so please keep that in mind. Another day, another late chief. Well, what's new? I guess we'll go ahead and prepare today's research lab. Dr. Lago gave me a pretty thorough checkup last week, and now it looks like I've got a good shot at being able to head home this week. Food poisoning is scary stuff. Keep a vigilant eye on what you eat, alright? Really important with Thanksgiving coming up in the US. Raw turkey is no joke. And sadly, if you've heard the weird stories, don't carve your turkey with a chainsaw. Yeah, don't. Nurses here are a bunch of beauts, aren't they? I'll take a pretty lady in the flesh over one in a magazine any day of the week. Handed over some of my sexy magazines to the guy standing next to me as a sign of friendship, and get this to him, the nurse checkups who's caught red-handed. Amazing. Hello there, Lloyd. If looking for Cecile, she went up to room 301. Can we have Mr. Gable discharged from the hospital soon? Us nurses have actual jobs to do, rather than waiting hand and foot on a man who's faking an illness. I got a call yesterday saying that one of my friends was coming to visit, but he ended up being a no-show. Guy has absolutely no sense of direction. He would go into the Harbor District and somehow end up in Mainz. I was wondering why Dr. Gunter has been checking up on me lately. Turns out I've been assigned to some complete other doctor. Thanks for leaving me out to dry, Doc. Little does she know how lucky she is. And some people may think I'm being snarky, and others know how the story ends. So you're still on the fence about getting that surgery, aren't you, Michael? Yeah, I know it'll help make me better, but everything about it's just so scary that I freeze up. I understand completely. We won't force you to do anything you're not comfortable with. I promise the doctors will do all they can while you make up your mind. Thanks, Mrs. Seal. I really want to get better, but this whole surgery thing still sounds way too scary. If looking for Dr. Gunter, he should be in the research ward. Now, he may have a tendency to slack off at times, but he's truly an excellent doctor. I wouldn't be surprised if he had some idea about how to cure Kia's condition. What do you mean, other patients take priority? I called for you first, didn't I? Do you know who I am? I'm a member of the Crossville Diet. Sorry, my other patient had a genuine medical emergency I needed to attend to. Now get your own magazines, creep. We have actual jobs to do. Now, this looks like an ugly situation. And I'm not even going to make the joke. Never mind. Hey, mister, if you don't stop being so selfish, you're going to get a spanking. Come again? What are you laughing about? Kids these days, I swear. There truly is nothing Kia's afraid of, is there? You know, I was feeling pretty heated about getting chewed out, but being knocked flat on my butt actually cleared my head. Thanks, kid. I don't know what I did, but I'm glad I could help. I swear, kids these days. Still closed. That's the linen closet. Let's see, Shizuku's room. How are you feeling, Shizuku? I'm doing well, Dr. Baldine. Your complexion is looking brighter than usual. Might I ask what put you in such high spirits? Guess you could say I had a lot of fun today. That's so, that's good to hear. Now ready to start your checkup? Of course, thank you, Doctor. Sounds like Shizuku will be busy for a while. Why'd you stop in front of this room? You haven't met her yet, have you, Kia? Let's just make sure you stop by later. I'll introduce you to her then. Her? I don't know who you're talking about, but sounds good to me, I guess. I don't know if we can duck into the residential area. Mayfa may be a nurse, but wow, does she have a short fuse. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. Anyway, Mayfa has to check up on Mr. Gable today. You know, the infamous Mr. Gable? Will she be okay? Yeah, Kia's got it covered. Just 5 more minutes. Out of curiosity. No, nothing out of Kia. Oh well. Apparently, Saron likes to dry bed sheets on the roof around this time. Just happened to glance up at the sky from the balcony over there on a whim, and I was met with a full-on view of her skirt. Idios, I need to tell her to be more mindful of her surroundings. Well, good thing Randy isn't here. Anyone out here? Nope. I don't know if anyone's actually ever out there, to be honest with you. I overheard your story, Missy. You're Cecile's niece, right? Really? Am I really Lloyd? No, this is a huge misunderstanding. Just a bit of teasing. Don't take everything so seriously, okay? I'm confused. Why me? Lloyd reminds me of the typical comic relief archetype in these kinds of situations. Harem Protagonist 101. Are you reading a book? What is it? Looks super complicated, miss. A book about autopsies, huh? Wait, you're way too young to be reading about stuff like that, Kia. That stinks. You guys are irritating me. Now there may be a janitor or something over here still. Yeah. You don't look sick. You have business in the research ward or something? So try to remember your way around this place. It's going to be a dungeon later. And I'm not joking. Hope you have a good map. Pharmacology Neurology Lab, Dr. Joaquin Gunter.
ここがそうみたいだな。失礼します。支援課のロイド・バニングスです。
ああ、待っていたよ。どうぞ。入ってきたまえ。
はい。キア、中に入るよ。失礼します。
やあ、ロイド君。それにティオ君だったかな。記念祭中はどうも。おかげでなかなか楽しかったよ。
先生も相変わらずですね。
すみません。アポイントなしに押しかけてしまって。
いやいや、ちょうど仕事が一区切りついたところだったからね。それで記憶喪失の子を預かったそうだけど、その子が？
はい、キアと言います。
ねえねえロイド、このメガネのおじさんが記憶を戻してくれるの？
おじさんこれでも若作りなつもりだったが、やっぱりおじさんだよな。
いや、先生はお若いですよ。
キア、こういう時はお世辞でもお兄さんと呼んだ方がいいです。
そうなの？
いや、そういうフォローは余計に切なくなるんだけど、まあいい。とりあえずこちらの方に座ってくれたまえ。詳しい事情と経緯を聞かせてもらおうじゃないか。なるほど。大体の状況は了解したよ。 七葉教会の法術でも取り戻せない記憶か。となるとそのシスターの指摘通り神経系の問題である可能性は高いな。
そうですか。なんとか回復する手段はあるものなんでしょうか。
正直脳神経や脳細胞の研究はまだまだ始まったばかりでね。記憶喪失になる原因はそれこそ無数にあり得るから対症療法が存在しないんだよ。ただまあ、キーヤ君、僕の目を見てくれるかい？
いいよ。チー。
動向に異常なし。ここ数日頭痛がしたり吐き気がしたりしたことは？
頭痛？吐き気？
頭が痛かったり気持ち悪かったりってことさ。
キーヤ元気だよ。
脳にダメージがあるような感じでもなさそうだ。となると
何か見当でも？
これは僕の勘なんだが、何らかの薬物が影響している可能性は高いかもしれない。
薬物？
薬で記憶喪失が起きる可能性が。
ああ、そういう症例も数少ないが過去に存在する。薬の成分が神経系の伝達を副次的に阻害してしまうんだが、ただ多くの場合心身喪失を伴うことがほとんどみたいでね。キーヤ君にはそのまま当てはまらないかもしれない。
確かに心身喪失には程遠いですね。
はい。
ただまあ、薬学の分野もまだまだ発展途中と言える。未知の効果を及ぼす薬物が開発された可能性は否定できない。その意味では神経系の異常と薬物の副作用の両方の可能性から探ってみるべきかもしれないね。
なるほど。こちらで検査を依頼することは可能ですか？
ああ、ただし時間がかかる上に記憶が取り戻せる保証もない。それで良ければになるけどね。
そうですか。
検査をするとなると具体的にはどの程度の期間が？
最低でも3日間、できれば1週間ほどは検査入院してほしいところだね。
最低でも3日ですか？
薬物に関する検査はそれなりに時間がかかるんだ。体内から排出される成分を科学的方法で調べたりするからね。入院と検査費用に関しては珍しい症例みたいだから、ある程度お安くはしておこう。
What he's describing sounds like a tox screen to me, and I actually don't know how much those cost. I've never had to deal with any of them.
どうする？
なあ、キーヤ、3日くらいの間この病院に泊まらないか？
別にいいけど。
一安心ですね。
それなら早速検査入院の手続きをしようか。着替えや私物などがあるなら改めて持ってきてもらった方がいいかもしれないね。
ええ、それは後ほど改めて用意して持ってきます。
ねえねえライド、ここに泊まるのはいいけど、また一緒に寝てもいい？
それは
ダメだったら我慢するけど。
いや、そうじゃないんだ。この病院に泊まるのはキーヤだけなんだよ。
そうなの？それじゃあロイドたちはどこに泊まるの？
俺たちはいつも通り支援課のオンボロビルだよ。でも毎日ちゃんとキーヤの顔は見に来るから。
やだ。
え？
ロイドたちキーヤのことをよその子にしちゃうつもりなんだ。キーヤいらない子なんだ。
そんなわけないだろう。
少しの間だけここで泊まるだけです。その後は今まで通りみんなで一緒に暮らせます。
そんなの知らないもん。ギルドも病院もキーヤ泊まりたくないもん。
キーヤ、
ライドの中。
キーヤ。
怒らせてしまいました。
もうすみません先生。 せっかくの話でしたけど。
あの調子だと無理強いはかえって逆効果だね。まあ結果が出るかどうかもわからない検査入院だ。キーヤ君が落ち着いてから改めて検討してみたらどうだい？
はい。
まあ記憶が戻るのを気長に待つのもいいだろう。何かあったら相談に乗るからいつでも連絡してくれたまえ。こちらも記憶障害についていくつか症例を調べておくよ。
ありがとうございます。
その時はよろしくお願いします。
Kia doesn't seem to like the idea of staying, so maybe it'd be best to wait to run tests until her next routine checkup. Sorry about this. I know you took time out of your day to help us. It was nothing, actually. Shouldn't you be trying to find Kia right about now? It'd be a problem if she got lost in a place as big as this, you know. It'd be best for us to find her before she inconveniences the hospital staff. Let's go. So, reminder, this is a dungeon.
So れはそれで嬉しいと思ってませんか？
まあ否定はしないけどさ。とにかくキーヤを追いかけよう。はあ、変なところに行ってないといいんだけど。
まったくもう、ロイドってば全然分かってないんだから。記憶だって別になくっても平気なのに、どうしてみんなそんなに気にするのかな。あれれ、ここどこだろう。キーヤ、迷子になっちゃった？いい風。お父さん、今日はいつ来るのかな。ねえねえ。あなたは？ねえ、何が見えるの？ひょっとしてお魚でも泳いでる？私には見えないけど、ちゃんと泳いでると思うよ。時々パシャって跳ねる音がするから。あ、ほんとだ！いっぱいいるみたい。キーヤも釣りってしてみたいな。キーヤちゃんって言うんだ。私はしずくマクレインっていうの。しずく、いい名前だね。ありがとう。キーヤちゃんも素敵な名前だと思うよ。ここにはお見舞いに来たの？あ、キーヤの記憶を見てもらいに来たんだけど。記憶？あのメガネの先生がロイドたちと離れろとか言うから、キーヤ逃げてきちゃった。戦略的撤退ってやつ？逃げてきちゃったって、あれ？ロイドたちってもしかして。ねえねえしずく、なんでさっきからずっと目をつぶってるの？私目が見えなくて、それで入院してるから。ほう、そう。キーヤも記憶がないし、おあいこかもしれないね。記憶。そっか、そうなんだ。何にも覚えてないの？お父さんとかお母さんとか。そうみたい。でもロイドたちがいるから全然寂しくないよ。そっか、私もお母さんはいなくなっちゃったけど、お父さんがいるし、病院のみんなも優しいから寂しくはないかな。
So she wasn't in the research ward after all. Where did you go, Kia? I don't know if any lines here have differed, but we'll try to talk to some people on the way out if we run into anyone. This girl barreled into me and now my head's spinning round and round. Sorry, I think that'd be our girl if I were to guess. Are you okay? Are you gonna be alright? I think so. My vision's just a little topsy-turvy. I assume that's the drugs. Just saying. Huh. Who knew Shizuku's room would be empty, you know? It's almost like we saw her in a scene or something. Ouch, this little girl came rushing at me and I fell flat on my rear end. Jeez, what's got her so riled up? Prank calling the nurses to kill time doesn't even sound appealing anymore. Hartman should be able to cover up my misdeeds during my stay here. Who knows when I'll make my comeback in the diet, though. I think we're able to step outside. I was performing an exam on Shizuku just a little while ago. Her particular condition is tricky to fully remediate with modern technology, I'm afraid. Surgery, internal medicine, neurology, each of these fields' current problems interfere with each other, obstructing the path to a cure. She hasn't lost her sight entirely, so there's a small chance of recovery, but... wait, what am I doing? You don't remember her family, nor do you have permission to know any of this. How careless of me. Forget everything except till now, alright? So that's setting up something in Azure, just so you know. Yeah, a lot of foreshadowing here. You met with Dr. Gunter? That man, if he had time to meet with kids like yourselves, then he should have had time to make his rounds. Hey man, had enough of the hospital life yet? I'm getting there, thanks for coming. But didn't you call up and say you were planning to stop by yesterday? Whatever happened to that? Funny story, I did make it here, but I couldn't find your room for the life of me. Once the sun started, said I gave up and stayed in one of the dorm rooms. Yeesh, maybe you should see if St. Ursula could fix that internal compass of yours. Only a hammer would do that. No matter all the twists and turns it apparently took, I'm just glad he was able to make it here. Well, getting here is only half the battle. The other half is getting back out. Eep. I saw a little girl run towards the lower floor with her cheeks puffed up like balloons. She looked furious, but at the same time super, super cute. Cecile is the most hardworking young woman I've ever met. Because of that, essentially everyone who comes into contact with her finds her easy to confide in. Nurses, doctors, patients, you name it. If I were to choose someone to be my successor as head nurse, Cecile would be at the top of my list. Wow, really says a lot about her. With luck, that won't be for some time. Well, if we catch her by the stairs, we can shorten the duration, you know? When the nurse was checking her temp, she found one of the mags. You know, the kind I'm talking about, I'm sure. She just laughed it off and carried on supplies before. That sort of thing stung in its own way. Doc says I'm almost ready to head home. Gotta say, I'm sort of bummed out. I was becoming fast friends with my hospital buddies, but that's how life is, I suppose. I think a farewell gift is in order. I'll give my neighbor here another magazine from my private collection. A real special one. Some girl just sprinted down the hallway. Did her parents not teach her any manners? Don't run indoors, it's not hard. You'll have to forgive her, she was kind of born in a lab. You're Dr. Gailey's son, right? If you'd like, I can call up to his office right away. Don't bother, if I never saw his ugly mug again, it'd be... Yeah, I think that's supposed to be if I ever saw his mug again, it'd be too soon. Just pass this lunchbox off to him, okay? I'm out of here. You know, you really ought to be more honest with yourself. I know what you're talking about. I only came to do my mom a favor, that's it. Whatever, just make sure he gets it, alright? Alright, I'll take care of it, don't you worry. We may not be as hands-on as later departments, so I promise you that we in admin do all we can to support our patients too in our own way. It's always rewarding when you send off patients with smiles on their faces. Anyhow, the doctor's telling me my best option moving forward is to make some lifestyle changes as opposed to relying on medication all the time. That's fantastic advice, and I highly doubt you got that from a doctor. It's not going to be easy with how demanding my job is, but I suppose you can't buy good health. The doctor prescribed some medication for my father-in-law. I can only hope this will finally help to cure his condition. Dr. Gunter runs the neurology and pharmacology departments, two fascinating fields of research. For being so new to the modern medical world, the fact that they seek to tap into the mind and spirit to treat patients feels pretty mystical. My deep admiration for Dr. Gunter is actually the reason I'm striving to become a physician. Have you gotten yourself into some kind of trouble again, Lloyd? No, not exactly. Never a dull moment with you, is there? Egoist girl's plenty of material to chat about. Cecile's little brother back at it again. Her assumption is hardly misplaced. Lloyd does seem to attract trouble wherever he goes. Hey, I never asked for this. I'm so relieved to see that my husband's on the mend. The doctor told me we're getting closer and closer to cure my chronic disease. It certainly makes the strain of commuting here all the time worth it. Why do you look so flustered, young man? No one comes to this part of the hospital aside from patients. realized something while I was watching Dr. Locke perform an examination earlier. Even a moody man like him was able to be gentle with his patients, like he was a friend instead of a doctor. After reflecting on that for a while, I realized that the one big thing I'm missing in all my practical exams. I assume that's the bone saw? Oh well. One of the nurses informed me that my son Keen stopped by the hospital earlier. My wife told me she'd have him bring me my lunch, but I didn't think she'd manage to convince him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's spouting all sorts of spiteful vulgarity right about now, but frankly I'm happy he still brought it for me. So almost a year, it's almost given the chief will sleep in late, so Dr. Healy doesn't even get upset anymore, we just work around it. I suppose I have to be patient too, she could definitely use the rest. Eep. Really bad sign when you get a reputation like that. I should have just taken the elevator while I was over there. So I'm going to see if I can go down the dormitory, and that way I can hit them just in case the scene triggers as soon as I step out of the front door. Okay, they're not stopping me so far. Ah, good morning. Wait a second, I'm supposed to already be in the exam room. That's the one that they were just talking about. Little girl? No, I don't think she passed through here. Have you tried searching the hospital wings? Didn't know the hospital had wings. Must be how it flies around. Okay, nothing over here. Let's head to the ground floor and at least talk to the autopsy lady. Where'd that girl of yours run off to? What? You lost her? What the heck are you doing talking to me? Go find her! Well, there's one person who actually knows what they're talking about. Little girl, you say? I don't believe I saw one pass through. If you made her way into the cafeteria, I assure you I would have noticed. She wanted to cut her up. So I think they're down there, but I just want to see if there's any other NPCs. The green hair girl. I had a sneeze. I don't think I've seen her out here. Maybe she's still inside the hospital grounds. She'll turn up when she's hungry. Let's go home.
やっと見つけました。
それでねサイトっていう犬がとっても大きいんだよ。なんか偉そうだけどモフモフってしててね、背中を描いてやると気持ちよさそうにしてるの。そうなんだ。大きな犬さん、ふわふわなんだろうな。しずくもたまに街に来るんだよね。その時に一緒にサイトと遊ぼうよ。うん、お父さんに頼んでみようかな。あ、エステルさんたちも頼んだら付き合ってくれるかも。あ、エステルって遊撃士のお姉ちゃん？しずくも知ってるんだ。たまに街に出た時、買い物とかに付き合ってくれるの。お父さんいつも忙しいから。
しずくちゃんと一緒だったか。
随分と盛り上がっていますね。
子供は馴染むのが早いな。
有吉さん、
その説はどうも。
この前の件を仮に思う必要はない。ところであの娘が例の。
ああ、ミシェルさんたちから話を聞いたんですね。ええ、キーヤって言います。
そうか。
キーヤがどうかしましたか？
まさか見覚えが。
いや、不思議な娘だと思ってる。娘は雫は行儀が良くて人当たりはいいが、どうも遠慮しがちなところがある。それで同年代の子供ともあまり馴染まなかったんだが。
ああ、なるほど。なんだかすごく楽しそうにしていますね。
そうだな。
あの娘にどのような背景があるかはわからない。だが関わったからには最後まで責任を持つことだ。そして大事に慈しんでやるといい。
はい、そのつもりです。
お父さん、あ、ロイドに手を。
気づかれちゃったか。
お父さん、お仕事大変だった？
いや、今回はそうでもなかった。ただいま、雫。
この人、雫のお父さん？すっごく背が高いね。それになんか強そう。そう？ロイドさんたちも。こんにちは、お久しぶりです。
ああ、お久しぶり。
キーヤと仲良くしてくれたみたいですね。
いえ、私の方こそ仲良くしてもらっちゃって。ところでロイド、キーヤ絶対にここに泊まらないんだからね。
ああ、それはもう分かったよ。が、でもここに泊まれば雫ちゃんと一緒にいられるかもしれないぞ。仲良くなったみたいじゃないか。
でもやっぱりロイドたちと離れるのは。もうロイドさん、意地悪言っちゃダメです。キーヤちゃん困ってますよ。
そうだな。ごめんキーヤ、今日はそろそろ帰ろうか。
でも雫ともうちょっと話したいな。
また遊びに来るといいです。雫さんが町に来た時に遊びに来てもらうのもいいですし。
そっか。
その時はどうかよろしく頼む。雫、抱き上げるぞ。
アリオスさんは今日はこちらの方に？
ああ、一泊するつもりだ。キーヤ、今後も雫と仲良くしてくれ。
雫、またね。キーヤちゃんもまたね。
さてと、俺たちもそろそろ帰るか。
そうですね。いつの間にか夕方ですし。
そういえば、お空が真っ赤だね。キーヤ、お腹空いちゃった。今日の晩ご飯は何かな？
ほんと、キーヤは元気だな。それじゃセシル姉に挨拶して帰りのバスに乗ろうか。
まったくなんたりしたいだ。たかが警察ごときに手打ちを申し入れる羽目になるぞ。お前たちが不甲斐ないせいで。
言葉もありません。ですが、例の人形は会長が御自ら手に入れて。
何？
黙ってろ。いずれにせよ侵入者を許したのは俺たちの責任だ。はい。
あれ以来ハルトラン議長もこちらとの連絡を避けておるし、ゆえどもの構成も本格化しそうだというではないか。このままでは。
会長、どうかご安心を。未だクロスベルにおける我々の優位は揺るぎありません。ここで兵ゆえの構成を何とかしのげれば、議長も。
しのげる保証がどこにあるというのだ。 まだ陰とやらの首一つ取ることのできないお前たちが。
それは
一応支援もしばらくは当てにできん。どうすればこうなったら手段は選ばん。決めた。奥の手を使うとしよ
う。奥の手？まさか。会長、それは。
何を驚いている。こういう時のための保険を使うというだけの話だ。
ですが、あれはリスクが高すぎます。警察はともかくギルドに嗅ぎつけられる危険も。
その前にとっとと兵ゆえを叩き潰せばよい。前に用意した流通網もせっかくだから試すとしよう。クロスベルの裏社会の派遣、断じてよそ者などに渡すものか。
And that's the end of your intermission. So, break's over, back to work. We're looking for a total of 20 points, so 4. We're at 9. 17. Aquarius gem. And that puts us at 20, so we got them all. So let's go ahead and create a new save, and when we pick up next time, we will be kicking off the 4th chapter. So the end is actually getting kind of close. I think there's like 100 DP left. So yeah, we're gonna hit maximum rank. I think it's first class detective fairly soon. But anyway, that's it for now, folks. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.